down a set, things can change so rapidly on a fast court. A couple of moments lacking in concentration can prove very costly.
Frustrations that he felt at the end of the second. The moment had been put to one side for Arthur Feast. The difference a break can make. We're closing in on the 2-hour mark here. Winner of this match will take on either Jakub Menšík or Grigor Dimitrov. It's an intriguing one. The match will take place on court number 1, starting fairly soon. Because Alexander Zverev has just secured victory over there, so he's through. Dimitrov given a wild card into this event. Of course, he's been out with injury after that serious pec problem that he suffered on this court last summer against Yannick Sinner.
Feast leads by 5-3, third set.
It's a moment of truth for the Frenchman, as he looks to cut the deficit.
Nice start, good first serve, aggressive strike on the backhand, moving forward.
Ball on rematcher, back middle, Davis Cup. Oh yes, one of his best of the day.
Interesting change up on the serve, went for the kicker at 95 miles an hour. Beautifully struck backhand.
Ball.
Putting together a clean game.
40-11.
One that he hopes will secure his first set of this match.
Ball. Ball. 40-15.
We've got a match on our hands, without question here. Arthur Feast, subdued in a position when he was 2 sets down, has got a bit of life.
6 games, 2-3.
First set of this contest.
Come on, come on.
a battler, this guy. He's a really good competitor. Doesn't drop his head too often, and yes, he may not have felt particularly good down 2 sets to love, but he stayed resilient. Maybe over the years, times we have been a little critical of some of the French players, not necessarily having the heart at times for the battle, and he's definitely someone that...
You need 1 minute and a half to tell him that? So what's wrong? Well, I mean, I understand your point, but it's way too long. So that means we're gonna stop for 8 minutes.
Okay, so he's not happy with the time it's taken Berrettini to actually get off the court, I think, here. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's right. Each player has the opportunity to leave the court, and if they're going to change their clothing, they get 5 minutes from when they arrive at the place to change. But it did take Berrettini quite a long time to actually leave the court once the set had finished, and that was something that Fils was not thrilled with.
I don't think he'd actually seen him go. That was half the problem as well. He's mentally getting ready for this set, and then he switches, looks across, and he's gone. French, of course, without a major singles champion on the men's side since Yannick Noah. Back in the early 80s, 84 I think it was from memory, wasn't it? 83, just correcting me, Tim, good shout. So
Hope I'm right.
Well,
I think I'm right.
So it has been a while. They've had such a great generation of players at the top of the game. Of course, a few of them have retired in the last couple of seasons. Gael Monfils will be finishing his career in Paris at the end of the season. Gasquet retired last year. Gilles Simon. And he's leading the charge of this new generation.
My physio is coming down the stairs now. Can you please grab what he has? Thank you.
I'm just going to grab something from the physio there.
A few supplements, a few gels, keep the energy levels high. This early part of the fourth set, I think, is going to be vital for Berrettini to try and steady the ship and get back to basics of holding serve and keeping his nose in front, whereas Fils, and I think this was part of the frustration, he feels like he's got the momentum, and you have a break like this.
One thing he did have in that set was a good forehand.
Yeah, he did. Look at that. 9.8 out of 10, the forehand quality from Fils.
Yeah, French #1 right now, just ahead of Arthur Rindicknesh, Hugo Humbert, Corentin Moutet, Adrien Manarino. They're the 5 Frenchmen in the top 50 as things stand. Fils is hot property, without doubt, in terms of where he sits in the big picture. He's got a good character, he's got charisma, he's got a game that's certainly Easy on the eye. Plays with a lot of fire, a lot of passion. Draws people in, doesn't it? I want to watch him because of that.
He's such a good athlete, so strong physically, which is an enormous attribute these days when the players are hitting the ball so hard on every surface, every shot. But you just wonder whether his body can maintain that. He's another one that's had quite a few injuries. Think about how much Jack Draper has struggled. You've got Alcaraz out of the game, Musetti, French Open semi-finalist. He was a semi-finalist here as well. He's been out for quite some time. It is a real struggle for a lot of these players to maintain their health. And if you're not healthy, there's no way you can do yourself justice.
So Berrettini has made his way back. Most players get 5 minutes for that full outfit change when they head into the locker room from the moment they enter. He's made the most of that.
Fourth set, Berrettini to serve.
Berrettini will get this fourth set underway.
Out. 15-11.
He's got a brother that plays as well as Matteo. Family was so sport driven in the early days. Holidays were all about taking rackets and balls everywhere. You read the backstory.
15-0.
His brother's been playing challenger level largely.
Doesn't miss too many of those forehands. It didn't need to be that good. Anywhere 3-4 feet inside the line would have been sufficient.
$30 for 10.
Berrettini doing well to keep the length under pressure there. As Fix was forcing the issue. Still at 90% today on the +1 forehand, Berrettini. It's been so fundamental over the years to his success. He has been a little more imbalanced in terms of where he likes to attack from. Some of the best returners over the years have exposed that. They've been able to get it into his backhand more often. Unusual, Alexis, see him take it on. Hasn't hit too many over it, has he, Hennis?
No, he's used the slice effectively. The two-hander is more vulnerable. Fils is sensing that. better second serve. How aggressive will Berrettini be?
Advantage, Berrettini.
Feast doing his best to stay in the rally, but I still think he would have fancied making Berrettini hit a volley there off the forehand pass.
With a bit of purchase into the backhand. That would have been the game plan surely coming in today. Try and get into that weaker side early. Not been easy to do out here.
It's only the first game of the fourth set, but Berrettini's only made 3 of 7 first serves. Gives Feast more looks at second serve. He's returning better, attacking the backhand. Shake of the head from Feast.
Advantage, Berrettini.
Missed that forehand by a huge margin, and I just question, when you've been making some inroads going into the backhand of Berrettini, why he was trying to go to the forehand.
Pretty sizable test early on in the fourth for Matteo Berrettini. And he escapes from it. Talk about the injuries, of course. He had a serious ankle injury at the 23 US Open when he rolled it, did some ligaments. He then came back. He then had some problems with his stomach muscles. Couldn't really seem to get right with the stomach issues. That kept him out on a number of occasions. It was a bit stop-start for Berrettini. And there you go, comeback player of the year. In 2024, those 3 titles on the clay. He won back-to-back titles at altitude on the clay. Those events take place post-Wimbledon in Gstaad and Kitzbühel, beautiful spots. But again, last year, something of a fractured one.
Love for 10.
Did he hear a let? He may have done. Of course, umpires are calling the lets at the majors these days.
For 10.
nice early return. Hasn't come over too many on the backhand side, hitting with aggression.
Juice.
The fact that Berrettini had followed it in made it a little trickier. Just meant he had to kind of go up the line. There wasn't much room to work with for him because of that.
Let's.
Just squeeze the space.
First one. Advantage, Fils.
Bit of a change up for Fils. Hasn't gone T on that juice side too much. Both boxes has favoured the wide serve. Was well manufactured. Again, just that little sneak forwards. Enough for Berrettini to make the mistake.
For set. Love 15.
Not been overly physical, but 2 hours and 20 minutes in. Neither man has played a lot of tennis, have they, in the last few weeks? Berrettini, of course, at the French, yes, before he was forced to pull out there. Fils, of course, hasn't played since Rome.
15 on.
15th ace, the Italian.
This is bread and butter.
15-30.
Yeah, Fils has made as many returns in this set already as he made for the whole of the third set, so that gives you a little bit of an idea that he's either reading the serve better, or Berrettini's not quite hitting his spots as well.
And I think Fils is using the block more.
Slip didn't help the Frenchman, but I'm not sure he would have made it anyway.
At 15-30 on your serve after a long rally. This is a beautifully executed drop shot. Fils is a a long way behind the baseline, but look where the second bounce is. And that is still very tight to the net. So accurate, so reliable. 135 miles an hour. Finding the corner.
Yeah, so many of those 16 aces have come down the tee of both sides. Good portion of them. He's peppered that spot. Able to extend the rallies more and more, it feels like, Tim.
And come out on top in the first two sets. It was Berrettini when they got into those baseline exchanges. He had the answers. Now, Fils is staying in the rallies. He's been more consistent. The unforced errors are being made by Berrettini. To basics.
Yeah, that's where he would have liked the chip, just to be a little deeper, wouldn't he? It's so difficult, obviously, but just gave this man a little too much time. Three holes that have not been without their challenges to begin this fourth set.
Berrettini leads by 2-1, fourth set, and by 2-1.
Italian though. Which these guys are hitting the ball on the forehand side. Not too many that can live with these two.
And it's great to see the variation. Some slice backhands, some slice forehands, some heavy topspin. I think this is just where there's a slight slip. That right foot just goes from underneath Fils. Berrettini was aware and then plays this delicate drop shot.
Yeah, when you've got the power that he's got on the forehand, the ability to throw that in is certainly a useful tool to have, isn't it? Because you're going to push your opponent back with the power that you possess, and that is going to leave some room to exploit. Of course, we talk so often with Carlos Alcaraz about that side of his game. Use them when the Spaniard's coming back, Tim? Any word on the street?
No, I don't.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Players are ready.
Clips of him hitting very gently against the wall.
There were.
Not that I'm particularly active on social media. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Too many possess a slice of the quality that Berrettini does in the men's game right now. He has really utilised it well today.
I was just trying to think of, you know, who has got the best slice in the men's game right now.
Dimitrov's close, isn't he?
I was just going to say Dimitrov, and there's not too many others
Love 30.
to choose from. Dan Evans.
Yep. Good shout.
Retired yesterday after losing in the doubles. He had a very good slice.
He's let us down there.
Yeah, he has, and that was a good opportunity. I liked the idea that it was the short ball. He was going to hit the slice and move forward, but it was almost like he was worried about moving forward before he'd made the shot. You've got to hit the shot and then move.
Yeah, the opportunity was a big one. He knew it. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
15-14.
Fils was left with very few options.
Let's proceed.
He's pulled it. And Berrettini finds a break. And that might be a decisive one.
Berrettini leads by 3-1, fourth set.
Get that breaker serve.
15.
So important to back it up with a strong service game, and that starts with a strong first point. Big first serve. That forehand into play.
Frenchman exasperated by his inability to make the return. And again, to us, he's right in front of us. It looks as though he's slightly indecisive, doesn't it, about where he should be standing off that second serve return.
I think he's comfortable standing a lot further back, and perhaps Goran's trying to get him to be more aggressive.
He's been left puzzled at times. Been handcuffed somewhat from a returns perspective. Berrettini pushing on, and right now he is tracking a place in round 3.
4-1, fourth set, and by 2 sets to 1.
fairly even, really, isn't it? The second set obviously favours Berrettini a little bit more, but you see what's happened in this fourth set. Berrettini has really stamped his authority. The frustration, the dejection has returned for Fils.
And this is a surface that we know, as we know, that may have slowed down a bit over the years, but still will reward your ability to get in front. And there's that run that he's on, 8 of the last 10 now for the Italian.
Players are ready, please. Thank you. Love.
Still got one more match to come here on centre. Of course, CATY McNally will take ELENA RYBAKINA. It was taken very early indeed.
30 love.
Another example of what he's capable of. So explosive from the back of the court.
Champagne cork may have just been popped there. Or something of the like, who knows? Bubbly. Saw the wind get up a little bit behind Fils. See his shirt rustling away.
40 for 10.
So the Frenchman able to reduce the arrears. Time is running out for him here to find a break. Shadow just drawing across the court, begun to anyway, at this northern end of centre court. That was a change of ploy. Tim,
15,
deeper return position.
Yeah, I think that's an aspect the returner serve that Feast has been struggling with, and I think his frustration is that he's been returning closer to the baseline without success, and he's gone back to his old ways.
Brilliant. He set off so early, and he still had a lot to do.
Add to that, trying to orchestrate the crowd, get them on his side. He was up quickly to this on the slide, controls it nicely.
Thank you very much, please.
Wow. The first backhand caught just the slightest piece of the line. The second, he pulled the trigger. 91 miles an hour this was struck at. Berrettini, a little fortunate. He's breathing heavily in front of us.
30 all.
It was tricky because I think a lot of people didn't hear the out call. Berrettini has had a little bit of luck with the net court today, taking that forehand from Feast wide. Still another massive point here.
Gold.
Wrestled the return back into play. And again, you can see and understand how disappointed he is to have coughed up the error. Found the line, and he's heading to the finish line. The way things are going, it's the Italian that leads 5-2 in the fourth.
Berrettini leads by 5 games to 2. Fourth set and by 2.
Spirit trying to orchestrate the crowd, get them back on his side, but that 15-30 rally again at 30 all, very good use of the slice backhand from Berrettini, drawing the error from Feast, and then finishing that game off with the big first serve that just hit the line and checked up on Feast. Massive hold to give Berrettini a 2-1 and a 5-2 lead.
Time.
Gorgeous evening here in London. Picture perfect, really. And the heart of summer. And Matteo Berrettini has been a man who has thoroughly enjoyed playing his tennis here at Wimbledon over the years. And that has once again been in evidence out here, the former finalist on the brink of round 3.
Out. 15-9. Out. 15-all. Let's pressure. Goals.
Got that back on him quickly. Feast just wasn't ready for what was coming. Berrettini 2 points away.
Let's pressure.
Top quality ball striking for Berrettini. So clean.
30-14.
Giving Feast no time to react.
Match point. More height to operate with off the return. Slice was just a little bit of a more comfortable position for him. Dealt with it well though.
Advantage, Feast. Let's pressure. Goals. Let's go!
He's a guy with a big heart. He's not afraid to show it either.
And he's done what he had to do.
5 games to 3, full set.
He had to ask Berrettini the question of serving out the match. Never easy. Closing out. He's looked very sound on serve. And now 1 game away from the third round.
It was all about the length, wasn't it, that he kept on it. And he's done just what he wanted to do, win the opening point.
It was all about the slide as well, going out to the backhand. Reminiscent of a clay court.
Please.
Yeah.
Ball.
Mateo's father trying to keep his cool. Can he work his way through this difficult situation?
It was a good first serve from Berrettini, but Fils was on it. He was trying to block that back, just overcooked it.
He has spread the serve so well. There's been no pattern when you look at it, really, of any sort of thread that Fils could get a look at.
Been an effective serve for Berrettini going into the body on second serve, but like the previous point, Fils will know he's got to get the ball back into play. Up 30, back to 30 all.
Almost there.
40-30.
Another first serve coming in at full throttle. Match point for Matteo Berrettini. Well, he was brave, but he's got away with one.
Juice.
.36 miles an hour down the tee.
Advantage, Berrettini.
It's been so solid on serve. Has he got one more in his locker?
Matteo Berrettini punches his ticket to round 3. Arthur Fils is sent packing here at Wimbledon. This is a man who loves playing on this surface. And once more, he delivers the goods. He takes out the Frenchman in 4 sets in 2 hours and 51.
Some top quality grass court tennis. Berrettini will be absolutely thrilled with his performance and most importantly the result. He'll certainly be enjoying that reception as well. Most definitely a fan favourite here at SW19. hope we see lots more of this man in the future.
Yeah, it's good for the game. Good character, good personality. He'll head to the North American hard courts, hoping to stay healthy, first and foremost. Record he has on grass. It is by far and away his most comfortable surface if you purely look at the volume of wins that he's had. There's just something about it that seems to suit him well. And his team will be very pleased with what they've seen, I'm sure. That quarter-final run at Roland Garros was maybe a little unexpected, but it certainly provided him with a platform, hasn't it, with which to build. We'll be having a chat in a moment or two. And he made the final here 5 years ago in such impressive fashion. Wasn't able to play a lead-in event, tried to make sure that the body was where it needed to be. Of course, he started off with that 4-set victory, those 4 tie breaks over Stan Wawrinka 2 days ago. The draw's not necessarily been an easy one for him by any stretch, and he's coped with everything that's come his way. Going to be chatting with Rishi Prasad.
Matteo, well done. It was a very enjoyable match for all of us to watch, but you had a tough match, an emotionally draining match the other day against Stan Wawrinka. Just how pleased are you to win in the manner that you did today?
I'm so happy. Yeah, the first round was tough for so many reasons, but it was such a nice moment, you know, playing against a legend like Stan, 4 sets like that on court number 1. It's a match definitely that I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life, but I also think this one is pretty special, you know, center court after. Yeah, it's been a while since I played here, and I don't know, I'm proud of myself, proud of my team. Thanks for the support, guys. You've been unbelievable. Just a little bit tired, you know.
I wanted to ask you about some of the things that you were pleased with today in the way you went about your game. The slice in particular looked really good. What about your own assessment of your performance?
Yeah, I think I played a really high-level match. Arthur was playing really well, especially from the baseline. He was serving well. You know, I mean, he's one of the best in the world, and I knew I had to play my best tennis in order to beat him. You know, a little break in the 3rd set, and then it's a battle. So I found the right energy in the 4th, and I started to serve better again. And I was aggressive, especially in the 4th, and I think that's why I got the win.
You mentioned you've had 2 tough matches now, but we also know that you've had a few injuries that you've dealt with over the last couple of years. So how much confidence will these 2 matches have given you about how deep you can go in this event?
No, so much confidence. I mean, I played also many matches in Paris as well, and you know, it's been a while since I played so many matches in a slam. Of course, there were bad moments, but so far I think my career has been great. I can't complain. Obviously, there were tough moments here in Wimbledon 4 years ago. You know, it was one of the toughest decisions of my life. But I'm here. I'm back. I'm happy. I'm smiling when I'm playing, and it's a great honor and privilege to play here in front of you guys.
Congratulations
Thank
once
you.
again to Matteo Berrettini.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, extremely popular. Came here last year, wasn't anywhere near fit enough to play. Ended up losing to Kamil Majcik in the 1st round. You felt if it wasn't any other event, he wouldn't have been here, but he made the effort. Lost early on. So 12 months on, different story. victory to savour for him as well against one of the young men who's certainly going to be making some inroads over the course of the rest of the season. Here's the numbers. Serve was excellent again. Quite the first serve percentage he maintained in the opening round, but not too far off. His ability to change the pace, those slice backhands that he used, the chip return. Feast just struggled a bit in the return, particularly off the second serve. Never really found the formula you sensed. Hasn't played too many matches on grass over the years, and maybe that just experience that Berrettini has on this surface was one of the difference makers. So he'll head to some press, get ready, he'll have a day off as well. Berrettini is into the third round once again, and if he can produce the level he's seen today, he is very capable of making another deep run here at Wimbledon. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage. There'll be a women's singles match coming up here imminently involving a former champion in the shape of ELENA RYBAKINA.
Our next match here on centre court will see USA's CATY against world number 2 and this year's second seed, Kazakhstan's ELENA RYBAKINA.
together, please.
Okay.
Yeah, two, no, side by side, not one after the other. Thank you. If we get near 8:15, 8:30, we'll be waiting for end of a set, and then we'll have to close the room around then. If the lights go.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So here we go, last showpiece of the day here on day 4 on centre court. CATY McNally of the USA on the left-hand side carrying the big red tennis bag, and the 2022 Wimbledon champion, the reigning Australian Open champion, ELENA RYBAKINA, the world number 2, walking behind her on those long legs, 6-foot frame of the world number 2. And over the last couple of days here on centre court, we've seen the last couple of Wimbledon winners go through. Barbara Krejcikova, the 2024 champion, she won through yesterday against Mira Andreeva, and earlier on today Iga Świątek, the reigning champion, through as well into the 3rd round. So can the 2022 champion join those former winners? ELENA RYBAKINA will certainly be hoping so, and she has perfect temperatures in which to attempt to make the 3rd round. 24 degrees Celsius. We're just bumping off the very hottest part of the day and into a beautiful evening here in southwest London. Golden sunshine, still plenty of action to enjoy around the courts. There's a few matches being moved around so that the spectators can enjoy tennis late into the evening here, and that is what the crowd here on centre court have left to enjoy. CATY McNally, number 50 in the world from Cincinnati, Ohio, against the world number 2 ELENA RYBAKINA. And alongside me in the commentary box, former Wimbledon finalist Jeannie Bouchard and Britain's Billie Jean King Cup captain and general queen of Wimbledon and Kyoth Vong.
All the lines are called automatically.
We have Eva
and we also
Astaraki Moore of Greece is our
25 seconds
umpire.
between points. Remember, the time starts when I announce the score. For your towels, there are the boxes, they're all the way at the back. ELENA, please take the green one, and CATY, please take the purple one. Okay? Any questions before we start? And just to remind you, please, no damage to the grass. CATY, would you like to choose? We have rackets or the championships?
The championship.
The championships? The championships it is. Receive? Stay?
So 8 minutes on court, and that's exactly the same amount of time that it took ELENA RYBAKINA to beat Lois Boisson, 1 hour and 48 minutes. So
Thank you.
weird quirk of fate there that these two have played exactly the same amount of tennis here at Wimbledon this year.
2 minutes.
But ELENA RYBAKINA, of course, has enjoyed a lot more success on these grass courts. World number 2, she's the champion from 2022, she's the reigning Australian Open champion, and on top of her title here, she's reached the quarterfinal and the semi-final in the last couple of years after her 2022 win. She fell in the 3rd round last year, disappointed with that one, and lost in the 2nd round of Roland Garros just a few weeks ago. So she's had a few questionable results, has the world number 2 recently, and a real test for her against Lois Boisson, who's the world number 154 from France. 3 sets, 1 hour and 48 minutes, as I already mentioned. 1 each, but I don't think that's very fair, because ELENA RYBAKINA pulled out feeling sick in Charleston a few years ago on the clay. So they're one real meeting, and it was a real meeting as well. 3 sets over 2 hours and 28 minutes. RYBAKINA coming out on top of that one in Beijing at the end of last year on the hard court. So this is their first meeting on the grass, and it's a surface, isn't it, that RYBAKINA loves.
Absolutely. I mean, she must have such good feelings walking out onto the center court, having been here before and winning the biggest match of her career at that time when she won Wimbledon in 2022. And I called her first match against Boisson, and it was topsy-turvy. It was up and down. Her shots were firing and working well at moments, but then other times she never resorted to holding back or a little bit of a plan B when she started making more errors. And Boisson was able to get back in that 2nd set because a lot of loose forehand errors from the RYBAKINA game. So it'd be interesting to see. She said herself after the match that she had a lot to work on.
She did.
After that 1st round. So we'll see if she hit the practice courts yesterday and can maybe control the forehand a little bit more today.
How much can you improve, though, during a Grand Slam tournament? You only have a day between your matches, and there's a lot of pressure and a lot of focus elsewhere. How can you find something?
I mean, it's not like she needs to improve from zero. Like, we know it's in there. It's more of just getting the timing back, getting the good feelings back. I remember playing in Wimbledon a couple years ago, and I was practicing right next to Rafa Nadal, and he was adjusting the technique on his serve on his day off between matches. So I think there's something to be said about continuously trying to improve even within a tournament, and the great champions tend to do that.
That's a little tag on RYBAKINA's bag, a nice little touch this year. All the players have something, some good luck charm that they take out there with them. And ELENA RYBAKINA then looking for a place in the 3rd round on the court where her dreams came true a few years ago. Her first Grand Slam title in 2022, backed up with the Australian Open trophy earlier on this year. And we talked about how much ELENA RYBAKINA enjoys being on this court. For CATY McNally last year, when she took that set off Iga Świątek here, it was a childhood dream come true, she said, to play on this court. So she has another chance a year later at another top player on this court. And hers is a career of second chances, isn't it, CATY McNally? She's had a really tough time. A couple of years ago, missing 8 months with injuries, had to have elbow surgery. She finished 2024 outside of the world's top 1,000. 2.
40-15. RYBAKINA. First game.
Crowded coaching box for ELENA RYBAKINA. She's recently added Stanislav Krumski to her established coaching team. And she says he's brought some real personality and fun to the team. He's good on the barbecue, I'm told, back at home at the Wimbledon house.
Well, someone's gonna
There he is on the right.
know what they're doing by the barbecue. It's a big team to feed.
It'll earn you a lot of friends being nifty on the barbecue as well, won't it? He's sitting next to Stefano Vukov, who is ELENA RYBAKINA's longtime coach. 6th appearance here at the championship. She won the title on only her 2nd visit to the All England club. Took everyone by surprise. Outside the world's top 20 she was at the time. CATY McNally has been playing tennis recently like a player who's been given a second chance at her career.
Yes, she sure has. Is it her 2nd or a 3rd chance? I mean, this young woman has been through a lot in the last few years. To be perfectly honest, I mean, it was great for Jodie because she came off court as the winner. For British fans, it was brilliant, but CATY McNally was all over the place. That was because she was struggling with an elbow injury. She had a hamstring issue as well.
She said that was the worst day of her career when she left the court.
Didn't play another match for the rest of the year after that.
Loose forehand from RYBAKINA that we've got to watch out for.
30-15.
It's been a problem for her for the last couple of months. I did her 2nd round match at Roland Garros when she lost to Julia Stein-Dubstova. She hit 71 unforced errors during that match.
Yeah, that was wild.
It was a 3-set match, but still, that is a high number. Concentrate the blood platelets and then re-inject it back into the injury site, and it's supposed to just really promote healing and recovery. I've done it for muscle tears and then also just in joints as well. It's not, a magic cure-all, but I noticed a positive feeling in my injuries when I had it done.
The problem for McNally, though, was that the injury was too severe to be treated that way, and it needed surgery in the end, didn't it?
Yeah, it kept her out for even longer as a result.
It's a great first step if you're trying to be a little more conservative with your treatment. You only need a couple weeks off afterwards.
Alô galera, muito boa tarde. Já começou mais uma jornada aqui do seu canal Planeta Esportivo. Rapaz, estamos com o Wimbledon. Vamos aí, 32 avos de final. Aí depois teremos 16 avos de final. Aí chega quartas de final. Aí, oitavas de final, quartas de final, né? Então vamos por aí. Ainda tem muito Wimbledon. Estamos agora acompanhando ELENA RYBAKINA contra CATY McNally. Está 1-1. Primeiro set ainda, McNally tá na frente agora, RYBAKINA que está no saque, 15-30, então vamos pro jogo. RYBAKINA no saque, agora já fez mais um. A CATY McNally, 15-40, tem breakpoint. Sacou para fora lá, RYBAKINA, a número 2 do mundo. Tá enfrentando a número 50, hein? A quadra já tá quase toda na sombra.
15-40.
Jogou ali a bola pra fora.
For a dream start on her return to center court.
Então vai lá, RYBAKINA no saque. Sacou na rede. 15-40. Sacou bem, devolveu para fora. McNally. 30-40.
McNally tried to run around that to hit a forehand. She does that a lot, and that's something on grass you have a little bit less time to do, even though that was a second serve return.
Kathy Rinaldi,
long-time supporter of CATY.
Tocou lá na fita.
She was the US Billie Jean King Cup
captain. Vai para mais um saque lá, RYBAKINA buscando manter seu serviço. Para fora. Agora vai para o segundo serviço. Segundo saque. Sacou bem e no rebote ela joga lá no fundo e empata o jogo. 40.
This feels like one of those matches where the points will go pretty quick.
And when it's good, it's going to be really
40,
good.
Vamos lá.
And if it's not,
é o terceiro game desse primeiro set. RYBAKINA no saque, sacou bem agora. Faz um ponto e abre agora a vantagem. Agora ela tem a vantagem, pode terminar esse terceiro game. 11 minutos já de partida. 6h42, que aqui pra gente era da noite, né? Lá é da tarde. A RYBAKINA devolve na rede. Então, iguais. Igualité.
Deep in the middle. So hard to get out of the way, and the ball comes back much quicker because of the surface.
Segue RYBAKINA no saque. Devolve na rede, RYBAKINA fica com a vantagem. De novo tem a chance de fechar o game. RYBAKINA agora pode fechar.
She likes to use that.
Pode fechar agora RYBAKINA.
Of the rallies, we've seen her use it already a few times in these first few games.
E aí ela fecha. Botou uma ali no espaço vazio. Fecha o game, o terceiro. Terceiro game dessa partida, o segundo da Rybakina, 2-1, e mantém seu serviço. E agora a MCNALLY é quem vai para o saque. Obrigado a você que está acompanhando a nossa transmissão. Vá se inscrever no nosso canal Planeta Esportivo. Se inscreva no nosso canal.
With her at that event. That was my second to last tournament of my career, and Katie totally killed me in practice. And I had played her before and beaten her a few years prior, and she was feeling it, and she went on to win that title. So it just shows her good grass play. When she gets to the net and she does those drop volleys, they just die on the grass, and so this surface really helps her strengths.
And she's a brilliant doubles player as well, isn't she? She's yet to win a singles title, Katy McNally, but 9 doubles titles. Twice a runner-up at the US Open as well, Grand Slam doubles. And she plays with the likes of Coco Gauff, Taylor Townsend. Playing doubles with Storm Hunter here at Wimbledon.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll make a formidable pair. I remember first seeing Katy McNally when she was 14, 15 years old, and she's always had fabulous hand skills. Very creative player. Taught by her mother, Lynn, from a very young age.
Nós temos aí duas duplas brasileiras, né? Tínhamos, né? Duplas brasileiras no masculino. Todas elas foram eliminadas, hein? Jogando hoje em Wimbledon, agora só tem uma dupla, que é uma brasileira, na verdade, né? Que ela joga com a Gabriela Dabrowski, que é a Luísa Stefani, né? Vai jogar amanhã. Deixa eu só confirmar aqui o horário. Tá marcado para 7 horas contra Guarachi e Rosolska. Então amanhã jogo às 7 horas. Previsão de começar às 7 horas, né? Ainda falta aqui definição do horário das duplas. Mesmo horário do jogo do João Fonseca. Então só temos 2 brasileiros agora em Wimbledon. Que é o João Fonseca. Vai enfrentar o russo Saufilin, Roman Saufilin. Amanhã, 7 horas da manhã, hein? Então amanhã nós teremos esse jogo. 7 horas. O Roman Saufilin, né? Muito bem, então amanhã vamos acompanhar João Fonseca. Amanhã vamos acompanhar João Fonseca. Já saiu aqui a programação. Na quadra central vai ter o Hindeknesh contra o Djokovic. Olha aí, ó. A Sabalenka vai enfrentar a Ostapenko. E o Félix Auger-Aliassime pega o Michael Zeng. O João Fonseca vai jogar na quadra 2 contra o Roman Saufilin, 7 horas da manhã. Então amanhã 7 horas é o primeiro jogo, então vai ser 7 horas mesmo, viu? Então 7 horas é o jogo do brasileiro João Fonseca amanhã, viu? Então amanhã quadra 2, João Fonseca. O jogo da Luísa Stefani está marcado para 7 horas. Mas ainda não tem o horário, né? Nem a quadra. Só está definidas as adversárias, mas o horário ainda não, porque depende de outros jogos de hoje, né? Ainda depende dos outros jogos de hoje para definir. Só para você ter uma ideia, só tem jogos aqui nas quadras, na Central, na 1, na 2, na 1, na 2, na 3, na 12 e 18, né? Então 6 quadras definidas, são mais de 20, né? Então ainda falta muita coisa para definir. Então amanhã, João Fonseca. Mas nós teremos brasileiro também, mas em outra competição. Essa já vai ser em Milão, na Itália. Gustavo Eide joga contra o Dalla Valle, italiano Dalla Valle, amanhã, 5 horas da manhã. Mas que ainda falta definição aqui do horário, né? Tá todos os jogos programados para as 5 horas da manhã. Eu acho que eles vão definir. Acho que o do Gustavo Eide deve ser um pouquinho mais tarde, não é? Jogo já de quartas de final. Falta a definição do horário certinho. Porque lá a programação em Milão começa às 5 horas da manhã no nosso horário, não é? Naquele jogo de ontem, que ele jogou nas oitavas de final, o brasileiro jogou nas quartas de final, nas oitavas de final, era o primeiro que estava aqui na ordem. Era o primeiro jogo das oitavas. Aí começou às 5 horas da manhã. Mas agora não, ele está como o quarto jogo das quartas de final. Então, se forem pelo menos 2 quadras aqui, só vai começar lá para as 8 horas, 7h30, 8 horas. Esperava que fosse um pouquinho mais tarde, né? Que aí a gente poderia transmitir também, não é? Se for depois do jogo do João Fonseca, dava para a gente transmitir na manhã desta sexta-feira. Beleza? Então, na Inglaterra, em Londres, só. Olha aí, vai terminar mais um game. Tá 2-1 para RYBAKINA e ela tem a vantagem. Ela pode quebrar o serviço agora para fazer 3-1. Sacando lá a MCNALLY. Vai lá, MCNALLY. CATY MCNALLY sacando. E aí devolve na rede. Fecha a RYBAKINA. 3-1. 3-1. E agora quem vai pro saque é a RYBAKINA.
Return winners like RYBAKINA did in the point before. Eye almost on the next shot before you finish the serve.
It's tough going up that line when you've served and you've gotten some returns smacked back at you. You don't know what to do anymore. You don't know where to serve it, and so you could try do a little.
Muito bem, vai lá. RYBAKINA no saque. Já sai na frente. 15-0. Mais uma bola boa bola da RYBAKINA lá no fundo, uma paralela. 30-0. 30-0. Ali na esquerda, foi lá no cantinho no fundo. Agora de novo, a MCNALLY devolve para fora. 40-0. Esse game já tem agora 1 minuto e já vai fechar aí a RYBAKINA. Tá muito fácil agora para RYBAKINA. Vai lá, RYBAKINA. Sacou e um ace. Fecha. Não, a bola foi para fora, né? Pensei que tinha sido dentro, mas foi para fora. Então vai lá, RYBAKINA. Pode fechar agora. Aí a MCNALLY joga para longe, devolve para longe. Vence a RYBAKINA, faz 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. Jogo parado.
you've not got someone at the net, what goes through your mind then? Is that a tactical thing, or is it just a reaction to the serve?
A bit of both, for sure. It depends. Of course, if you're playing a great server, it's more whatever you can do with the big serve. But what we've been seeing with Rybakina when McNally has stayed back is a lot of deep middle, and that's, of course, the best place to play.
That's playing in the back of McNally's mind, isn't it, that Rybakina has the measure of her on serve at the moment. Where to hit it, what to do, how to deal with it when it comes back. Rybakina said very publicly in her press conference she didn't enjoy the low slices, the mixture that Boisson was throwing in, the high bounces with the topspin forehand and then the horrible slices with the backhand low. The mixture of the high and the low balls was something that she was really struggling with. Looks like she's been practicing that on her day off.
She had plenty of practice against those kind of slice low balls a few weeks ago at Queen's, didn't she? Taking on Tatiana Maria.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Tatiana Maria. When you say that name, I get PTSD.
I think a lot of players do.
Such tough battles against her.
Left for service.
Well, Rybakina beat her this time. Oh, wow.
McNally did a great job of trying to neutralise Rybakina in this point, and this wasn't a bad shot at all. But Rybakina, on full stretch, comes up with something even bigger.
Oh, everything's working.
McNally having to work so hard for any points out here. But I just wonder on serve whether she could do a better job of actually serving to the Rybakina body. Rybakina seems to be timing the ball well. She likes moving to the ball, onto the ball. Haven't really seen McNally try and jam her with this serve.
That's a double break now for ELENA Rybakina. She's looking very dangerous indeed.
5 games to 1. First set.
For the last few weeks, we haven't really known what type of ELENA Rybakina would show up. After such a blazing start to the year, won Australian Open, made the final in Indian Wells, semi-final in Miami, won in Stuttgart just before Roland Garros, and a bit of a wobbly month for the world number 2. She looks back to some of her very best stuff so far here.
Out. 15 love.
McNally does have the tools to bother Rybakina. She has that slice on the backhand. She has the heavier spin on the forehand side. It's just about executing and if she can withstand the power to be able to hit those shots. that Rybakina said were so uncomfortable for her in that first round match. She's just not really getting the time to do it right now.
When she has been able to extend the rallies, more often she's been coming out on top. But it is a lot when Rybakina's timing the ball as well as she is and finding the corners. It's not easy.
Not easy to get past 6 foot ELENA Rybakina at the net. 2 set points for the 2022 winner. And there we go, they've had a long wait to get on court this evening. And ELENA Rybakina looks like she's in no mood to hang around, just shy of half an hour. And she's taken the first set 6-1.
Stella Pure Gold. Todo sabor de Stella com menos calorias. Aprecie com moderação. O seu plano de bem-estar está no Well Hub. São 100.000 academias e estúdios para cuidar do corpo e da mente, além dos melhores apps de terapia, nutrição, mindfulness e qualidade do sono. Well Hub, bem do seu jeito.
Oh, it's a lot cleaner. Yeah, she's not making those loose, unforced errors. The unforced errors where she has time or she is in the middle of the court. Those ones were a little more frequent in the Boisson match. And she looks really comfortable at the net as well. I don't know how Rybakina feels herself, how she is at the net, but she's been forced to come forward a few times and has done really well.
She did against Boisson as well. She came forward 24 times, I noted. It was one of the statistics from that match that really stood out for me because it's not something you'd associate with ELENA Rybakina. She won 63% of those net points, 24 net points.
No, I don't really think of her as feeling super comfortable at the net.
Set.
Even early on in this set, she had the opportunity to come forward and she sometimes lets the ball bounce and stays back to keep hitting her ground strokes. That's where she prefers to be.
So second set, can McNally slow Rybakina down?
Out. Love.
One other thing from the stats from that first set, RYBAKINA actually came to the net more often than McNally, and we were talking about how well McNally volleys and how good those volleys are, but she only came forwards 4 times in that set. I just wonder whether she'll be brave, try and mix things up, put a little bit more on her service games, think about serving and volleying.
It's hard to come forward when your opponent has you pinned to the very back of the court.
30-15.
Yeah, McNally clearly doesn't feel like she is able to with what her serve is doing versus the RYBAKINA return. RYBAKINA's shots are just so big and powerful. You don't want to go up to the net and be a sitting duck and having her just pick her targets.
Out. 30-14.
That was a good rush to the McNally forehand. McNally likes to run around and move towards her backhand, so when RYBAKINA gets it quickly to the forehand side, McNally doesn't quite have time to do her usual setup.
Eyes on an early break here, RYBAKINA.
Got a serve there from McNally. Just got it to that right hip of RYBAKINA's. One of the faster serves she's hit in this match at 106 miles per hour. Looks like the return's coming back as fast, if not faster sometimes, than the serve. Just has no time to really react.
Use. Advantage, RYBAKINA.
RYBAKINA doing a good job of staying aggressive on the forehand side of McNally. Caused a few errors in this game so far.
That could be a very costly error from CATY McNally right at the beginning of the second set. And that is now 6 games in a row for RYBAKINA. And it must feel like the turf here on centre court is tilting away from CATY McNally, and she's desperately trying to find her footing.
Yes, and find her placement as well from the back of the court. You can see here on this graphic how much is going through the middle and short, and it's been very reactive from McNally. Rybakina, I'll swear though, has been finding the sidelines more often, keeping away from the middle of the court, keeping McNally on the move, and finding the depth as well on a lot of those strikes. Oh, it's one of the first points where we've seen McNally really trade and go toe to toe
15
at the baseline with Rybakina.
The question is, can she keep that up?
Oh, yeah.
Point after point.
It's the first long rally of this second set. It's gone the way of the American.
out. 15.
But Rybakina will happily keep these points as short as possible.
It does look like she's very much in the zone, doesn't she? I mean, this is a tough one for McNally. Okay, she's up against a Grand Slam champion, someone ranked a lot higher than she is, someone who hits the ball a lot bigger than she is. And I just wonder whether she's relying on Rybakina to lose her rhythm or go off and throw in some more errors, or whether she's going to look to just try and disrupt in a different way. Because, I mean, in the first point of this game, we saw her match Rybakina's power from the back of the court. But like you said, Jeannie, it's going to be pretty tough to repeat that point after point. So it makes you wonder, well, what can McNally do that's different? I mean, she's got the slice, she's got the ability to take pace off the ball. I just wonder, maybe she could hit a few more block returns, some slice returns. Find ways of giving Rybakina zero pace to work with. Think about just trying to keep it low. Use that spin, use the slice. Just get her out of the strike zone somehow.
I think, yeah, just variety, because McNally's not going to keep up with Rybakina from the baseline, going power toe-to-toe. She needs to use the slice more, and we haven't really seen her use the higher spinny ball. Rybakina also doesn't like it above her.
Not those kind of play balls. How do you try and disrupt a player who hits it so hard?
It's hard because you don't have the time to try do what you want to do, and so that's why Rybakina is so good, and she's number 2 in the world. She doesn't let you play your game style.
Game, Rybakina.
So we can come up with all kinds of ideas for Katie McNally, but
Rybakina leads by 2 games
out there,
second set.
there's very little she can do when Rybakina's playing like this.
When Rybakina's playing this well, it's hard to execute. She needs to just try absorb the pace as well as she can, and as soon as she has an opportunity, mix it up, go for that variety. We have seen her do a couple drop shots. She hasn't won all of those points. Just try grab points wherever you can find them and try get on a roll.
15 love.
For a player who is known to serve and volley, McNally has not done that much in this match so far, and I think that's the right play because RYBAKINA is just teeing off on her returns. It would be a losing proposition, so she's serving and staying back, which McNally doesn't feel as comfortable doing or doesn't want to do.
McNally convinced that that ball was out.
Mr. McNally is requesting a replay of the call on the right baseline.
With returns like that, RYBAKINA is effectively neutralizing McNally's serve and volley.
Gust of evening breeze.
Oh, that's a good play there from McNally. Clever approach.
30-15.
In the middle, not giving RYBAKINA really the angles to play with.
Too much playtime there.
30 all.
As a server, when a returner is returning so well like this, you got to start thinking about what you can do to mix it up on your serve. I know people don't think typically of the kick on grass, but maybe just to show RYBAKINA some height, maybe a bit more slice. Just disrupt her a little bit, get her uncomfortable.
Out. 40-30.
Game on the board for CATY McNally, her first game in 8. And she'll be hoping
RYBAKINA leads by 2-1 second set and by
a
1
stumbling
set
block
to love.
in the way of ELENA RYBAKINA, who's been racing away with this match so far.
O seu plano de bem-estar está no EL Hub. São 100 mil academias e estúdios para cuidar do corpo e da mente, além dos melhores apps de terapia, nutrição, mindfulness e qualidade do sono. O EL Hub, bem do seu jeito.
Patrocinador oficial da seleção brasileira.
On the court, keeping her opponent on the move under pressure, well above the draw average.
Time.
And world number 2 has a shot of reaching the number 1 spot in the world if she's to continue playing like this and winning.
Yeah, she needs to reach at least the quarterfinals to have a chance to overtake Aryna Sabalenka at the top of the world rankings. And at this rate, you wouldn't bet against her. Looks like she's going to be taking on Elise Mertens if she comes through.
Bacana, bacana, já estamos de volta. A Sabalenka vai ganhando 7-0, ganhou o primeiro 6-1, vai ganhando o segundo agora 2-1. Sabalenka no Rybakina, né? Falei Sabalenka, foi? Rybakina. Rybakina vai ganhando. ELENA Rybakina, número 2 do mundo. Agora MCNALLY. CATY MCNALLY. Agora Rybakina no saque. Jogou ali pra fora. A Rybakina 0,30. Olha aí, tá querendo reagir. Tá querendo reagir. Rybakina joga na rede. Ficou nervosa. Sacou bem agora. Aí a MCNALLY joga na rede, devolve na rede. 15-30. A norte-americana MCNALLY, CATY MCNALLY, número 50 do ranking da WTA. Sacou muito forte. Rybakina empata o jogo, hein? Devolveu para longe a MCNALLY. E contra a CAZ, do Cazaquistão, né? Agora a Rybakina devolveu para longe. 30-40. Tem breakpoint. Breakpoint para norte-americana. Olha lá, Rybakina. Primeiro saque ficou ali na rede. Tocou ali na fita, né? Vai para o segundo. Espirrou o taco da MCNALLY, hein? A bola parece que tocou. Deixa eu pegar. Cadê minha raquete, rapaz? Deixa eu pegar minha raquete. A bola parece que tocou só na pontinha aqui, ó. E caiu pertinho dela, né? 40 iguais. Vai lá. A número 2 do mundo no saque. Sacou bem. Devolveu para fora de novo a MCNALLY. Vantagem para Rybakina. Pode fechar. Mas a MCNALLY segue viva. Quer quebrar o serviço dela agora. Tá 2-1 para Rybakina. Vai lá, Rybakina no saque. Sacou para fora. Vai pro segundo serviço. Tô aqui com a minha raquete. Esse saque foi pra longe. Dupla falta. Essa bola não pegou nem na quadra. O saque dela. O saque dela foi pra longe. Isso,
come into the net off of the second serve, so MCNALLY's trying to do something. She's trying to give the server a different look.
Iguais. Vamos lá. A Rybakina sacou também para fora. Vai para o segundo serviço. Agora é a chance. A Rybakina coloca ali na lateral. Vantagem para ela, vantagem para Kazaki. Agora sim, ela pode fechar, tem a vantagem. E ela tá com uma raquete vermelha também, igualzinha a minha, viu? A raquete dela é vermelha igual a minha. A dela é de R$50, a minha de 5.000 euros. Vai lá, Rybakina, tá botando a McNally para correr. A McNally correu tanto que a bola ficou na rede. Fecha o game, 3-1. 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. 3-1. 23 minutos nesse segundo set. Já temos 52 minutos de partida. Quase uma hora de jogo. Quem vai pro saque é a McNally. Obrigado a você que está chegando, está sintonizado aí no canal Planeta Esportivo. Vai deixando seu like. Olha lá, a McNally foi pro saque. Por cobertura, tentou a Rybakina. E a McNally estava lá na rede sozinha para matar o ponto. Ela usou força demais que a bola saiu. Então, Rybakina na frente. A Rybakina poderia ser máquina, né? Ela joga muito. Não dá chance. Se brincar com ela, ela mata o ponto mesmo. Vai lá, McNally no saque. Agora, tá botando pra correr aí, olha aí, tá botando pra correr, é só colocando bola do lado do outro, mas a Rybakina devolve na rede. Sorte da McNally, se juntar o nome das duas, né, da máquina, né, da McNally, Rybakina, máquina, lá, tá, dá certinho máquina. Vamos ver quem vai ser a máquina que vai continuar na disputa pelo título. McNally no saque. Tentou uma paralela. A Rybakina estava longe, lá na outra esquina. Aí a McNally tentou uma paralela, mas jogou para fora, para longe.
Big game this for McNally.
15-30. 15-30. Sacou bem. E a Rybakina devolve na rede. 30 iguais. 55 minutos de jogo.
Rybakina didn't hold back on the return. She absolutely crunched it, but into the bottom of the net.
Agora foi bem a McNally. A Rybakina estava de um lado, ela jogou lá do outro. Agora ela fez certo e acertou, né? Porque ela já tentou outras vezes, acabava jogando para fora. Agora não, agora ela deu um toquinho para matar o ponto.
Most amateur players, you fall backwards trying that. Can confirm.
40-30 McNally. Pode fechar agora o game. Encostar no jogo.
That is big for CATY McNally. Still in touch, still fighting in this second set.
Muito bem, muito bem. Ele fica, ganha ali 3-2. 3-2. 3-2. Rybakina vai vencendo.
Love 15.
We've seen a few of those forehands that just miss by a little bit when Rybakina has a lot of time and there's not much pace on the ball, forces her to create the power herself. Been misfiring a little bit.
Yeah, she's hit 6 unforced errors off the forehand wing in this set and only hit 4 in the first.
Ooh!
15 all.
CATY McNally was convinced that was out, and don't blame her. It just caught the outside edge.
How many
12
millimeters?
Yeah.
I knew we were getting that stat.
Thirty, 15.
30-15, vai ganhando a Rybakina, tá sacando 30-15. Tocou lá na fita, vai para mais um saque. Devolve para longe, McNally. 40-15. Pode fechar agora.
Game, Rybakina.
Very casual out there.
Se fecha agora.
She's never a player that
Fechou, né?
is particularly expressive, but it looks like it's
4-2. 31 minutos. Já é o tempo maior do que o primeiro, né? Que foi de 29 minutos o primeiro set. Já temos 1 hora certinha aí de jogo. Obrigado a você que está ligado, vai se ligando, vai mandando sua mensagem, vai se inscrevendo no nosso canal. McNally no saque. Agora ela vai pro tudo ou nada, né? Vai pro tudo ou nada. Que se ela deixar quebrar esse serviço agora, a Rybakina mata o jogo no próximo. Ó, já começou ruim. Jogou para fora, a Rybakina na frente. 0-15.
players after the invasion of Ukraine. So she only actually got into the top 10 the following January when she made the final of the Australian Open.
Devolve na rede, McNally, 0-30. Olha aí, vai se aproximando da vitória. Vai se aproximando da vitória. Essa é a vitória tranquila, né? Para um jogo tranquilo para Rybakina.
Big couple of points here.
A quadra agora já está toda na sombra. Já são 7h34 da tarde lá em Londres, né? E lá fala 7h34 da tarde, não é da noite não, igual aqui no Brasil. Olha lá o rally do toque-toque agora, forçou a McNally. 15h30, até que enfim ela conseguiu. Para quem está acompanhando agora, né, primeira vez, o rally do toque-toque é toque-toque para lá, toque-toque para cá, né? Um toque para cá, toque para lá, só aquela bola na mão de uma, na mão da outra. É O sol ainda tá forte ainda, nesse horário de 7 horas, hein? Aqui se tivesse 5 horas já tá diminuindo muito. Agora a Rybakina, uma paralela, agora ela sozinha na rede, numa diagonal. 15:40. Tem 2 breakpoints. 2 breakpoints para fechar.
Few mistakes. More mistakes in this second set.
We're seeing Rybakina get to the net more often than McNally, and that's not a good sign when that's kind of a big part of McNally's game.
A couple of points here to break.
Pode acabar agora a Rybakina.
For the match.
Pode quebrar mais um serviço e ficar com a um game de ganhar a partida. Sacou primeiro o McNally na rede. Olha lá, bola da Rybakina, fica na rede Rybakina.
There's that defensive shot that's just sometimes hard to deal with. It could be low, junky, weird spin.
It's when she doesn't have any pace to work with, Rybakina. That's often when you see a miss. In this match, anyway.
Agora ela vai fechar. A Rybakina. 30:40. Ainda tem breakpoint. Sacou bem. Mas levantou para a Rybakina. Ela pega no contrapé. Fecha o game. 5-2. E agora ela vai ter o serviço do jogo. Serviço do jogo agora, hein? Só falta um game. Agora ela deve matar, né? Deve matar. Tá comendo ali a bananinha, a Rybakina. Estação da McNally ali. É de desespero. Sabendo que já vai ser eliminada. Dá adeus aí à competição de simples a McNally. Falar em simples, hoje a Alexandra e ela, a filipina, né? Ela jogou na simples, ganhou de 2, a Alexandra, ela ganhou da Maya Joint. A Maya Joint é aquela que eliminou a Serena Williams, né? Hoje ganhou 2-1 hoje na simples. Deixa eu ver se ela jogou nas duplas. Que tinha um jogo dela marcado para as duplas também depois.
Never lost a round 2 match here at Wimbledon. ELENA RYBAKINA and her 100% record.
Tava marcado para as duplas. Cadê, rapaz?
Well, continue here serving for a place in round 3.
Ainda tá jogando agora. Tá ganhando de 1-0. Tá jogando. Olha aí, rapaz. Vamos ver a bola boa da McNally, rapaz. Agora 0-15. Olha aí, tá reagindo a McNally. Tá reagindo. Ela acertou agora uma paralela sem chances.
We've had matches going well into the night these first few days.
This evening we haven't had to close the roof due to light.
Sacou forte a Rybakina. Lá no fundo, McNally devolve na rede. 15 iguais. Só faltam 3 pontinhos. Só 3 pontinhos para garantir a classificação. Um ace agora, ace 30-15. 30-15.
Ace of the match from Rybakina. Is that all? Hard to believe, isn't it?
Sacou ali pra fora, vai pro segundo serviço lá, Rybakina. Tá na frente, 30-15. Levantou demais, a Rybakina jogou a bola pra longe, 30 iguais.
30 all.
Good job from McNally, quickly turning that defense into offense, and as soon as she saw her forehand had enough quality, she was running forward. It's the type of tennis she wants to play. We don't get that at Wimbledon. That can stay in Paris, please.
She's throwing everything at it, isn't she, McNally?
40-30.
They're getting ready, though, to fire up the barbecue. Match point, RYBAKINA.
Muito bem, muito bem. Match point aí pra... Olha a RYBAKINA. Tava 40-30 match point. Ela tava sozinha na rede. E quis fazer um ponto bonito. Acabou errando, jogou na rede, hein? 40. Vai ser uma grande chance que perdeu.
Pop a high volley away. Try to do a serve and volley back to McNally.
Vamos lá, RYBAKINA de novo, vai lá no saque. Pode acabar agora. Mas ainda tem a vantagem, ainda tem que conquistar a vantagem. RYBAKINA devolve lá no fundo, agora jogou do outro lado. Bola fora da McNally. Agora sim tem a vantagem.
Advantage, RYBAKINA.
Match point. Vai acabar agora. Segundo match point para ela. Vai lá, RYBAKINA. É para vencer, é para terminar o jogo agora. Vai lá. RYBAKINA vai pro saque. Tranquila ali, a número 2 do mundo. A CAZ. Vai lá. Sacou bem, sacou forte. Agora a bola na diagonal. Acabou. Fim de jogo, fim de história. Vitória 6-2 nesse segundo set. 6-1 no primeiro, 6-2 no segundo. Acabou. O favoritismo se confirmou. 1h e 11 de jogo. Vitória tranquila da RYBAKINA. 2-0. 2-0. A RYBAKINA está classificada para a próxima fase, agora 16 avos de final.
A perfect match from RYBAKINA. You can point to a couple of loose forehands early on in that second set, but she basically played
2-0.
looked so solid with her serve and her ground strokes.
E vai enfrentar a Mertens na fase 16 avos de final.
Just super aggressive on the serve and return.
Deixa eu só confirmar que a Mertens.
Consistent, relentless, deep, hard shots like that. There's not much you can do.
The troubles of the past couple of months, Anne, or the past few weeks. Since Roland Garros looked behind her, there goes CATY McNally.
A Mertens veio da classificação de ontem, né?
Second rounds here at Wimbledon, and another chance
Então
to
é
enjoy
isso.
a big occasion
Está
against
classificada.
one of the top players in the world here on the centre court. Overpowered in the end.
Ganhou da Timofeva 2-1. A Mertens, a belga.
Yes.
Então o jogo provavelmente no sábado. Que eles estão fazendo o revezamento, né? Lizzie Mertens, da Bélgica. Ganhou ontem, não, ganhou hoje, né? Ganhou hoje, né? Ganhou hoje, é da Timofeva. 2-1, ganhou hoje. Então ganhou hoje. Vamos lá.
Yeah, really happy with the game. I definitely improved from the first match, and CATY, she's a tough opponent, so I'm happy that I was focused and managed to win in 2 sets.
I know you said after that first match that you played that you did want to improve in certain things. What do you think worked well for you today? What are the things you're most proud of?
Well, I think the unforced errors today was less, which I'm glad, and serve. This is something I think I still need to work on the percentage-wise, but overall it was also not too bad. So I'm happy that it's getting better and better, and I have another opportunity to play again. And thank you so much for coming. It's an amazing atmosphere.
It's clear that you're very well liked here on centre court. You won the Wimbledon title, ladies singles, in 2022. You got to the semi-finals in 2024. Now, there's a chance this year that if things go well, you could become the world #1 for the first time. How much is that in your thoughts?
Well, honestly, I'm trying not to think about it. I need to focus on match at a time, because all the opponents are tough, and you never know how you wake up, and you sometimes need to battle certain things. And yeah, I'm just trying to improve. I'm glad that it got better, and I hope to continue this way, and hopefully it happens soon. If not, I will keep on working.
Tremendous performance today. Well done, and congratulations to ELENA RYBAKINA.
Yeah, just as expected, much happier with her performance there. She wants to start serving better, she said. That's the one area of improvement. 55% of first serves in, but winning.
Tá aí, ELENA RYBAKINA vence a CATY McNally 2-7-0, número 50 do mundo. Então a número 2 segue e vai enfrentar a Elise Mertens. Provavelmente no sábado, vai enfrentar a belga no sábado. Então próximo duelo, a Mertens é número 27 do ranking, né? Ela ganhou hoje da Timofeva, número 95. Os jogos prosseguem. Agora vamos para a fase 16avos de final. Valeu, obrigado, se inscreva no nosso canal, deixa o seu like, o joinha com a gente aí, ó. Vamos ver, valeu, obrigado, um abraço, até a próxima, tchau, tchau.
Despite a few mistakes, as Jeannie said at the start of that second set, she didn't seem to be too phased. I mean, she was tough on herself about her serve, but she wasn't broken in this match, and almost a third of her serves were unreturned by McNally, so she got a lot of free points there.
She goes on to play the 25th seed of Belgium, Elise Mertens, who dropped the first set against the qualifier from Uzbekistan, Timofeyeva, but then came on to win the next two sets 6-3, 6-love. So Mertens finding a bit of rhythm there as well, three-setter. And so it'll be Elise Mertens who awaits ELENA RYBAKINA in the third round. And her 100% record in round 2 matches here at Wimbledon is still perfect. And some pretty good looking statistics as well.
Yeah, pretty even on the winners, and errors from RYBAKINA, and we don't see that on the McNally side. Really wasn't as aggressive as she normally plays. She couldn't do much with the heavy quality balls that RYBAKINA was hitting towards her, and when RYBAKINA hits a first serve in, she usually wins it, and even 56% of second serves is also good. She tends to sometimes be a little more aggressive on that second